Here we go.
Greetings, my name is Rigoberto Escobar, and this is Dr. Kumar. This is our guest and staff safety presentation for the Bellevue Hotel.
Well, safety is everyone's job, and here now we're going to present some reasons how and why it's so important.
What happened? There we go.
Okay, so as you can see, an unsafe workplace can result in various different problems. Firstly, it will be like lost time and productivity, and then overtime costs, costs to clean and repair equipment and supplies, costs to retrain injured workers, and then workers' compensation costs is a big problem, possible legal fees and awards to employees. But most of all is the workers' safety that we are concerned about. And then our kitchen staff knows all the basic routine and everything, but we are still going to just skim over it. They need to pay attention using sharp knives or equipment, especially remove can lids from the cans carefully and not hurt themselves. Use equipment guards, turn equipment off before adjusting. Carry dishes and glassware carefully. Posture is important in that aspect. And then sweep up broken glass. It should be handled with a lot of care and not get hurt. And wearing gloves is the most important. And the housekeeping staff should just do the basic protocol, like read carefully and follow the directions on chemical substances, and use approved cleaning procedures, and again, use correct lifting techniques.
If you look at their OSHA safety guides, they usually recommend not picking up anything more than 10% of your own weight without some kind of assistance, and always bending at your knees. It's annoying, I know, but it's always good to remember some basic OSHA techniques to prevent yourself from being hurt and having to have days off than watching TV, unless you like having your days off watching TV.
And now we move on to the safety equipment. It's very important, like smoke detectors, the door locks, lighted strips on stairwells, automatic door openers, and slower times on elevator door closures. For us, our staff and guest safety is supremely important.
One thing not mentioned, the most important safety equipment in any business or any home is vigilance. You know, we should not have to have someone from housekeeping to put up a sign that it's wet. If you know something's wet, even if you're busy, you always want to take a few moments, just put up a sign and alert housekeeping to clean it up. Don't leave it for someone else to slip and fall.
Furthermore, we want our guests to feel safe and secure in our hotel. So now we're going to cover some guest room safety. We have coded locks, and then security can also recode locks and pass cards. There are fire alarms, window locks, and rooms and hallways are well lit.
One thing to keep in mind about the pass cards that our guests are having issues with is that sometimes they put them right next to their cell phones, and they're all transmitting Bluetooth now. Sometimes that erases them, so security is very busy recoding these pass cards, because it happens. You put your pass card right next to your cell phone, and it erases all the data. You can't get into your room. So be mindful of that, and warn all guests to not put their pass cards so close to their cell phones.
And then comes our pool and spa safety. These are very nice and luxurious, but they need extra care and handling. So we've clearly posted operational hours and clearly posted our depths and temperatures, and our pool and spas have non-skid surrounding surfaces and proper illumination. Plus, life-saving equipment is on hand at all our pools. Effective signage is present, and emergency phone numbers are posted. And we have one very strict rule about alcohol consumption, which is strictly prohibited in the pool and spa for the guests and staff own safety.
One thing not mentioned here is what I call YASS, YouTube Affecting Stupidity Syndrome. That includes people jumping from balconies into the pool, or wearing some strange costume while someone's recording. Keep an eye on that. If you see any teenagers with the flip phone or any recording device, expect stupidity to follow.
Then last but not the least, we have our parking lot safety, which is normally very well under control. We have surveillance system and CCTV is well eliminated. Vehicles are identified by license number during check-in, and we have day and night walk-through patrols by security staff.
There's no publicity is bad publicity unless it's in the crime pages.
So now we'll cover all the overall safety procedures. We have all appropriate emergency plans, documentation of all safety-related reports, and we maintain strong relations with the law enforcement agencies. We visits by employees of law enforcement agencies to check our procedures and safety rules. We have safety committee and meetings per month, and reports and documentations with the insurance carrier.
Also, because we are an earthquake-prone zone, and our guests do come from around the world, we need to know who they are and be able to tell them exactly what to do, because they are not used to earthquakes, or they're not familiar with what might happen. So we have to be especially vigilant for international and out-of-state guests.
So now we have a current budget report. It's available upon request, and the next slide will be the chart made to show for the month of January, just for an example.
Unfortunately, it didn't scan properly, but in this bubble it's supposed to mention that we're having issues with the elevator. We are debating whether or not to replace it because the maintenance fees are getting out of hand for it. And we chose January just to show how that spike affected everything else.
So now we move on to the subcontractors. Following this slide, we have a listing of our current subcontractors, and an update of needed information is provided on our Access database, and we created a list to inform all new employees whom to contact for business with our hotel.
And these are our trusted contractors. It happens rarely, but just because your cousin's uncle's best friend can spackle a wall, we would rather you call this person, even if they might charge half as much. We'd rather have it done right than it done poorly twice. This is just our letter to insurance. A lot of our effort has gone into safety, and we would like our insurance policies to reflect all the effort we put in there. As we mentioned about the pool safety, anti-skid guards, and we're very strict about alcohol. It happens. People are thirsty, but they can't be thirsty in the bar and then swim in the pool. And there's just a copy of it. And we've had some good news. Like we're working with various providers. We think by the end of the year we should have a new policy that reflects all the effort we put into this. And we thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please ask them now.